My beloved child, you have journeyed through valleys where shadows stretched long and heavy. You have carried burdens in silence, your heart aching under the weight of unseen battles. Yet, through every step, every tear, every moment you felt alone, I have been with you, closer than you could imagine. I have witnessed the nights when your soul wrestled with doubt, when you questioned if your prayers reached me. I've seen you rise each morning, even when your spirit felt too weary to stand. I know the moments you felt forgotten, overlooked, or misunderstood, but not 1 second of your struggle has gone unnoticed. I was there, in the quiet of your heartbreak, in the stillness of your questions, in the spaces where hope seemed to fade. You thought I was distant, but I was nearer than your breath, holding you when you could not hold yourself. You've wondered why the road has been so hard, why the pain lingered, why answers didn't come when you pleaded for them. What you saw as breaking, I saw as building. What you felt as loss, I used to reveal something deeper. The trials were not meant to destroy you. They were designed to uncover the strength I placed within you before time began. You called yourself weak because you couldn't see the purpose, but I call you resilient because you endured. You thought you were faltering, but you were being forged in the fire of faith. I know the weight of your waiting. I've seen you in the hospital rooms, in the dark corners of your thoughts, in the moments when you whispered, "Why, Lord?" You thought I was silent, but I was speaking through the stillness. I wasn't ignoring your cries. I was shaping you through them. The pressure you felt was not to crush you, but to peel away what was never meant to stay. The fear, the doubt, the need to prove your worth. Beneath all that was stripped away lies a core of strength, a flicker of fire I planted in you long ago. You've mistaken survival for stagnation, believing you were stuck when you were being sanctified. I allowed the silence to linger so you could hear my whisper above the noise. I let the storms come, not to drown you, but to teach you to walk on waves you once feared. Your faith hasn't been broken. It's been tested, refined, made unshakable. You cried for rescue, but I was building resilience. You begged for the season to end, but I was weaving something eternal within you. Every delay, every detour, every closed door was intentional. What looked like wasted time was a womb for growth. What seemed like rejection was my protection, guiding you away from paths that would dim your light. I don't waste suffering, and I never forget my promises. I am not a God who abandons his children in the wilderness. I lead them through it to reveal my wonders. In the dry places, I cause springs to rise. In the lonely moments, I draw you closer to my heart. You've asked, "Where are you, Lord?" I'm answering now. I've been right here, wrapped around your trembling spirit, working beneath the surface. You are stronger than you know, not because you forced it, but because I've been pouring my strength into you. There were days you felt you had nothing left, yet you rose. That wasn't your will alone. That was my spirit lifting you. The reason you didn't collapse, the reason you kept going when everything screamed to stop, is me. You don't see it yet, but I've been awakening something within you, quietly, gently, powerfully, like roots breaking through hardened soil. The strength I planted is growing in secret. The world can't see it, and you haven't fully recognized it, but soon it will rise into the light, and it will astonish even you. You look at yourself and see scars, but I see a blueprint. I see a warrior who survived what others couldn't, who chose love when bitterness knocked, who held on to hope when despair loomed. That is strength, and I'm bringing it to the surface now. The pain was never meant to define you. It was meant to refine you. What you lost is not greater than what I'm about to reveal. The storm didn't come to destroy you. It came to train you. Your faith, tested and stretched, is now a foundation for something unshakable. I've timed every step with precision. What looked like a delay was preparation. What felt like a dead end was a hidden passage to your true calling. Be still now. Feel my presence surrounding you, like the calm after a storm. I haven't forgotten you. I haven't overlooked you. I'm awakening a power you didn't know you carried. This is only the beginning. You've mistaken delay for denial, but I've never denied you. I've been preparing what eyes couldn't yet see. There are seasons when I work in the open, with visible blessings and loud victories. But there are quieter seasons, sacred ones, where I work in the unseen, like roots growing deep beneath the earth. You've been in the latter, but don't let the silence fool you. What I do in secret is often more powerful than what's seen. You've grown, not in ways the world can measure, but in courage summoned when no one was watching. That's power. The world applauds what's visible, but I rejoice over the moments you chose faith when giving up was easier. I know you're tired. I know the weight has been heavy, the nights long, the questions unending. You've wondered if you failed me, if you fell too far, if you missed your chance, but I never left you. Even in your doubt, even in your silence, I stayed. I didn't choose you because you were flawless. I chose you because I knew what I placed in you. The fire you've walked through wasn't to consume you. It was to refine what routine and comfort could never touch. Fire burns away the false so the true can rise. This is not the end. It's the emergence. I'm awakening something ancient in you, deeper than your wounds, stronger than your fears. It's not born of striving, but of surrender. Not built in applause, but in the moments you chose me again and again. That's where legacy begins, not in fame, but in the furnace of faith. You've asked for signs, for clarity, but I've been writing answers in your every breath. Every time you chose forgiveness over resentment, hope over despair, love over bitterness, that was my strength rising in you. It doesn't always feel loud, but it's unstoppable. Strength often feels like surviving the hour, and that's enough. Don't despise your endurance. It's a weapon. Don't dismiss your stillness. It's sacred. I'm not asking you to be more. I'm asking you to trust that what I've placed in you is enough. The silence has been long because I trust what I've planted. You're closer than you think, standing on the edge of something that will ripple through generations. That kind of impact requires deep roots, quiet confidence, strength forged in the unseen. That's what I've been building in you. Listen closely. The season is shifting. What was silent will speak. What was hidden will rise. You'll feel it. Not in noise, but in a knowing. Not in applause, but in alignment. Doors that were shut will open. Not because you knocked harder, but because your soul is ready. I'm unlocking them now, not in haste, but in holiness. You may not recognize yourself at first. The version of you emerging is no longer bound by fear, no longer chained to the need for approval, no longer defined by the voices that misunderstood your calling. You're being called out of hiding, not to perform, but to be, to embody what I've whispered when no one else was listening. You're not who you were. The fire has done its work. What remains is someone forged in faith, steadied by storms, untouched by shallow praise or fleeting trends. You're rooted now, grounded in me. With that grounding, I'm releasing something new. You've felt the tremors, moments of peace that surpass understanding, strength in your voice when you speak truth, boldness when you should have been afraid. That's my power awakening. It's not coming. It's here, subtle but real, gentle but unshakable. This power will align every part of your life that felt fractured. You'll see it in your relationships, your thoughts, the way you carry yourself in rooms that once intimidated you. Not with arrogance, but with authority. Not with noise, but with clarity. The quiet power of someone who knows who they are because they know whose they are. The world underestimated you because they couldn't see what I planted. But I didn't make you to be seen. I made you to be sent. You're almost ready. Not because you've perfected yourself, but because you've surrendered in the unseen. That's where true power grows. Not in applause, but in anonymity. Not in comfort, but in the crush. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're being built for something greater than you've dared to imagine. The things you thought disqualified you, your pain, your mistakes, your waiting, are the very things I'll use to distinguish you. Be still now. Feel my presence. I'm awakening strength you didn't know you had, and this is only the beginning. You're stepping into days where everything begins to make sense. The why behind the waiting, the purpose in the pain, the reason some doors had to close. Nothing was wasted. Not your tears, not your loneliness, not the moments you thought I forgot you. I was drawing you closer, teaching your spirit to hear me even when your heart was breaking. I'm showing you who you really are. Chosen, holy, set apart, filled with my spirit, covered in grace, called by name. You've looked at others and wondered why it seemed easier for them. But what I'm doing in you was never meant to be easy. It was meant to be eternal. Some are built for comfort. You were built for fire, for impact, for a purpose that shakes the heavens and moves the earth. You've been misunderstood, misread, even rejected. But that rejection was redirection, guiding you to places where your soul could expand. Don't rush this. You're being sculpted. Each layer I peel back reveals something more radiant. Each encounter with me makes you whole. Wholeness is what you need, not perfection, not performance, just peace and confidence rooted in who I say you are. You're not late. You're exactly where I designed you to be. My plans for you aren't built on your performance. They're built on my promise, and I don't lie. The stirring you feel isn't anxiety. It's me, awakening dreams I placed in you before you had words for them. You're remembering what your soul has always known. You were born for more than survival. You were born for surrender, for impact, for me. I'm calling you out of hiding, out of fear, out of shame. I'm calling you into rooms that once made you feel small, but you'll enter differently now, not with insecurity, but with insight, not with pride, but with presence. When you walk with me, I open what no one can shut. When I elevate you, it's not for applause, it's for assignment. You don't need to compare yourself or mimic others' paths. What I've written for you is unique, custom woven for your calling. Your path, though painful, has led you to the intersection of obedience and opportunity. That's where miracles are born, not in ease but in faith. Don't fear the unknown. You've walked blind before, and I never let you fall. You've survived what was meant to break you, and now I'm releasing what was meant to build you. Strength, wisdom, favor, discernment. Doors will open that you didn't knock on. Connections will come that you didn't chase. Not because of luck, but because of alignment. You're aligning with who I always saw in you. Breathe now. Breathe. You've carried pressure that wasn't yours. Let go. I'm not asking you to figure it all out. I'm asking you to trust that I already have. My plan is good, even when it doesn't feel good. You'll look back at this season with awe, realizing the nights you cried watered seeds you didn't know you were planting. The loneliness made space for intimacy. The confusion prepared you for clarity. Nothing was wasted, especially not the pain. From that pain, I'm birthing power, quiet, holy, unstoppable. It rises in stillness, not shouts, in presence, not platforms. You carry it now, not because you earned it, but because you endured. You chose me even when I was silent, and that choice has changed everything. Walk forward, not with fear, but with reverence. Something new is forming within you, and it will not be denied. You're being positioned for things your mind can't yet fathom. Stay rooted in me and trust the quiet. I'm still here, and I'm revealing who you've been all along. The glory is rising. Amen.